very excited to be here. We've been working on this project for about 5 years. I'd like to, I really want to thank my staff who's inside making coffee and egg McMuffins and everything else for our customers. But this really has been a terrific enterprise for us. We're very excited about it. We went, I think, a step and above to give you a restaurant that looks very contemporary. It's the only one of its kind. It's a one-off design that a staff I worked with out of California, myself, we worked on, and there won't be another one like it. So we give you your own unique North Liberty, your own unique McDonald's.
We started this program about 6 months ago of handing out plaques to the new businesses in town, and I'm happy to present this to McDonald's Corporation. This is actually plaque number 22 in the last 6 months. That's how things have grown here lately, and so we're very, very happy and glad to be doing this. But Kevin, the City of North Liberty welcomes McDonald's to the community March 2012. And I'd just like to also say briefly that we have worked with Kevin and McDonald's over the last 5 years to make this happen, and we're very happy to have him here. I know that the citizens ask the question all the time, when's McDonald's going to open? So now it's open, here we go. And I really think that this is going to be a magnet and spur further development in the area, so we're all pretty happy about that.
So Arlene, if you would do us the honors. And yes, we don't we have $2,000 that goes to the North Liberty Library. Is there some? If I could have members of the fire department come out. So one other thing I want to say is
I'm glad to say that with the warm winter that we've had, we virtually have no frost in the ground, and that's allowed us to go out and continue doing things outside. And we've got a couple of programs that we've been doing, collecting a lot of information, and we were able to get a lot of that done this winter. One of them, we're out, some of the residents might see us out there collecting some measurements out in their front yard. We're trying to update all of our curb box location informations. Curb box is actually the water shutoff that's located out in the front yard there. Some people refer to it as a stop box. Basically, it's just a pipe that sticks up out of the ground, hopefully ground level, and we're just out making sure that we can find those. A lot of times they get buried or plants get planted over the top of them, or who knows. Sometimes they're pretty difficult to find, but basically we're trying to update all that information. We've got about, I think, roughly 7,000 accounts in the city, and I think we're somewhere right around 750 of them that we've actually got installed. So we've got individuals out there that are physically taking some measurements, trying to get some GPS coordinates, and taking that information back, plugging it into a program, and have that available in electronic form. We're doing all the new construction on a daily basis, and then we're trying to go back and collect some of the older data as well. But that'll be ongoing for several years. It'll take us to collect all that information. And then we've also been out changing meters, knocking on doors and trying to set up appointments. I think we've got about 200 meters that have been changed out this last year. Just high usage meters, meters that just basically need to be sent back, rebuilt, and put back into the system. So that's an ongoing thing we'll be doing every year. And then we've also been out, we've got a valve exercise machine, and we did some updates to that this last summer, and we're trying to kind of work the bugs out of that. And normally, during the winter months, we don't do a whole lot of valve exercising, but this year we've been able to go out and work that out a little bit, and if we come up with any issues, it gives us a chance to go back and kind of rethink things and go back out and get all the bugs ironed out of that. So that's been really positive this year, and we've had some service leaks this year, but I don't think we're anywhere near what we've had in the past, just with the warmer weather that we've experienced. The ones that we've seen this year seem to be a lot of, probably more so the age of the pipe that's in the ground versus, the frost or the wintertime temperatures doing anything. So that's one positive thing with the winter that we've had this year. And then, you know, the ASR well has been taking up quite a bit of our time this year. We have finalized all of our testing procedures last winter. I guess late December, early January, the IDNR and the EPA gave us the okay to go ahead and actually start injecting, and kind of worked out the information in our final permit. Got all our operating procedures kind of put in place, and we started injecting February 1st. The water plant's been running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for the last 28 days. We'll continue to do that until probably about the second week of April. I think we're scheduled to put 39 million gallons of water into the well. And the ASR well, I've spoke about it before, but that's an aquifer storage and recovery well. We'll treat that water now during time when we have lower flows. We'll inject that into the ground, treated. And then in the summer months, when we have a higher demand on the system, we'll be able to pull that treated water back out, test it, disinfect it, put it right back into the system. With that, we're scheduled to put 39 million in, like I said, and we're hoping to get about 35 million of that back in the summer. Well, one big difference is a water tower is elevated, so you're going to pump that water up into that tower, and basically the water tower, you'll probably get about a 24-hour, maybe 36-hour period of time. Obviously, there's a big change in the physical characteristics. You can't put 39 million gallons into a water tower. Our largest water tower we have now is out on Kansas. That's 1 million gallons. So virtually, by putting it into the ground, it gives us pretty much an unlimited amount of supply that we can put in there. The biggest limitation we have right now is the plant capacity. In a 24-hour period, we can only afford, given the pumpage from day to day, anywhere from about 500 to 700,000 gallons a day. And that just varies with the demand on the system and softeners regenerating at the plant, that kind of thing. This will actually be the first year that we've been able to use that water that we've injected. And what it'll come down to is, you know, if we have a real hot, dry stretch, obviously a lot of people will be out irrigating, washing cars, that kind of thing. So you have a lot more stress on the system. And when the plant capacity, we can't produce any more water at the treatment plant, we'll be able to turn this on and basically double our capacity.
Well, I'm Guy Goldsmith. I'm the Parks Director for the City of North Liberty. We are out here at Penn Meadows Park today on this beautiful, beautiful day. I'd like to give you some dates to remember for this upcoming season. Our first date is Muddy Creek and Bike Cleanup Day. It is set for April 14th. It's at 9 o'clock at the Rec Center. We inviting the public to come, along with the Tree and Stormwater Board, the Boy Scouts and Cub Scouts. And what that entails, we go from Penn Street on the bike trail and go clear down to Forever Green Road. We clean up the trail, we clean up the creek, and we normally get about 2 dump truck loads of trash every year out of that. It all comes in over the winter time, so it's a much needed cleanup, and we ask for the public's participation in that. It'd be much appreciated. Our second date to remember is Baseball Field Enhancement Day. It's sponsored by North Liberty Youth Baseball and Softball Association. And it's set for April 21st up here at Penn Meadows. It's at 8 a.m. And basically all we're doing is we're cleaning up all the ball diamonds and getting them all ready for the upcoming season. Also coming up, community gardens registration for past 2011 plot holders. That is April 5th. You have to meet at the Rec Center at 6 a.m. to sign up. Registration for new plot holders, that's set for April 13th. At 6 a.m. at the Rec Center. Planning begins May 1st, and the fees per plot, $30 for resident and $35 for non-resident. The lot sizes are 10 foot by 30 foot. The plots will be marked out and they're numbered, so if you get a chance to come up to community gardens, you can look at the numbers and you can, there's some left, you can choose the number that you may be interested in renting. The garden plots are located at the northeast side of Penn Meadows Park by the North Sports Complex, and it's offered on a first-come, first-served basis. There's a water hydrant available so you can water your plants. If you have any additional questions that you'd like to ask, please call Jason at the Rec Center. He's in charge of that, and their number is 626-5716. Next date, Saturday, May 26th. That is our 6th annual Blues and Barbecue. It's from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. This event is located at the northwest side of Liberty Center Pond and Park. There will be kids games, food, music, fireworks, and I guess we also have a rain date this year, which is in addition to years past. The date is Sunday, the next day, May 27th. June 2nd is the DNR Free Fish Weekend, and that's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Liberty Center Pond and Park. It's sponsored by the DNR, the City of North Liberty, and Shields. Participants, they do not need to have a fishing license. That's the reason why it's Free Fish Weekend from the DNR. There will be free food, free prizes. There's a mobile aquarium that's mounted on the back of a truck. It's huge, and they have all kinds of different species of fish in there to look at. There is a casting station so kids can learn how to cast. And this event has really taken off over the last few years. Now I'd like to touch base on some upcoming park projects for this season for the Parks Department. Quail Ridge Park Shelter, we're in the process of installing, going to be this summer, installing sewer and water to the restroom facility there. The restroom facility will come later after we get the water and sewer, but that will be a huge benefit to people who would like to reserve the shelter. Second project is entryway signs to North Liberty. One is located on the north 965, the one's on South 965, south end. But it's all contingent on site location. We're still working on locations to put these signs up. Project that we're doing is Quail Ridge Park North. We're doing a tree planting project, and that is in part due to a grant that we received from Mid-American Energies. So there'll be more trees going in at Quail Ridge Park North. Now I'll give you some quick, short facts for the City of North Liberty Parks Department. We maintain 250 acres of grounds and buildings. We have 20 miles of recreational bike trail that we maintain. We have 9 bodies of water that we maintain, 9 playground areas, and 12 baseball, softball fields, and 1 tennis court facility. We also have 4 full-time staff and 10 seasonals that work during the summer. We are currently in the process of accepting applications for new seasonal help, and all those applications can be directed to me by April 16th. We also have a new donated park. It's called Marley Park. It's at the intersection of St. Andrews Drive and Kansas. It's 5.6 acres in size, 3.5 acres of it is water. It's undeveloped this time, and we're not sure exactly what the process or what we're going to do with that property in the future. One other thing I'd like to mention, just so everybody knows, the parks open up at sunrise and parks close at 10 p.m. If anyone would like to reserve a shelter, a ball field, a tennis court, please call the Rec Center at 626-5716. And if you have any other concerns regarding the parks, please contact me at the Parks Department, 626-5720, or you can also email. There's also additional information regarding the parks on the city website.
The safety committee was when Ryan Heyer, the city administrator, took over office. He shortly after that he seen a need for more safety with the city, and with his job being so busy, I'm sure he wanted another group to help look at some of that information and make recommendations for him and do all the legwork. So that's how we got started, and I think we're in our 4th year with the safety committee right now. We have most all the departments represented. There's myself, Gary Mullen, Jerry Christensen, Katie McKinnon, Brian Hammer, Laura Kuhl, Murray Byers, Nick Burgess, and Ryan Brum. We're all on the safety committee. We meet once a month, and we kind of look over some of the safety programs and our agenda. We're still working on a long-term agenda, but we have some different goals in mind that we try to take care of once a month. There's a lot of safety programs that OSHA requires for government agencies and cities to follow, and we've got about 7 of them that we've gone through already. One that is completed, the city has implemented, and I believe that's the lockout tagout program. And also the confined space program is being finished up with some rescue training, and then that one will be finalized and complete. And I believe there's 5 more that the city administration needs to review and make sure that they meet all their requirements before they come down and be approved. The confined space rescue team is one of the requirements for the confined space program. OSHA says we either have to have an in-house rescue team or we have to contract with an outside source. We did a lot of investigating on the outside sources, and there are very few places like Iowa City or Cedar Rapids that would go outside their corporate limits to even do this for private industry or somebody else. So our other options were to use the fire department, which there's a lot of personnel changeover and things with that would have made it very difficult for them to do it. So it come down to we were going to do an in-house rescue team. So what our function is when a confined space entry is made in town, like down a manhole or one of the vault pits here at the wastewater plant or one of the pits at the swimming pool, they'll need to fill out an application, a permit as it is. And on that permit form, they got to do some monitoring and make sure all the hazards are looked at, they know what they are, they're mitigated, and monitor the air and before they can go down and do their work. But part of that is they'll also have to contact the confined space rescue team to make sure them people are on standby. Doesn't mean they have to be somewhere, but they just got to know that there is an entry going on in town, and they possibly could be called if something went wrong, and which we hope the team is never ever used. But in that process, we're still putting together the training for the 12 individuals and some equipment that we'll have to purchase. And the bottom line is it's to help protect the city employees. Well, we hired an individual from Marengo that was on the Cedar Rapids Fire Department and retired. He also wrote some of the confined space rescue programs for Kirkwood Community College, and he also has a business on the side that he's been doing since he's retired now, and going around to industries and teaching confined space rescue teams and bringing them up to good training standards. And so we're using him to train us, and he's given us we got 16 hours of training, and it's all hands-on, and it will involve learning how to do everything from a self-rescue to an assisted rescue to a rescue that we would have to go in and physically remove somebody from a space rapidly, or a slow removal if they were just injured and there was no other threats or hazards. So it's learning how to package the people up, how the ropes and the riggings and all the technical equipment goes together and how it operates together, and so everybody can make a good judgment on what they're going to need and how they're going to do it. And also a big part is to see what are the why did it happen? Is there something that is unsafe for us to even be there? There's a lot of things that they need to be aware of, and that's some of the training that we're getting. So make people more aware of when when an accident does happen, they know what to do, and they can do it properly and safely. Yeah, we were working at the in our pretreatment building, and they were learning how to set up the rigging to simulate bringing somebody out of a vault or a manhole, and they were being taught how to do a rapid removal. For instance, somebody went down and was overcome by some gases, hydrogen sulfide or some other toxic atmosphere, and that we were able to get them out very quickly, and that was one of the procedures. Another procedure would be slow removal if somebody was injured, broken arm, broken leg, and no other hazards, that we would take our time, package them properly, get them out safely without doing any more injury. So, and that's some of the different types of training, learning to which way and how fast we need to get them out and get them to advanced care. The bottom line is everybody needs to go home, and nobody needs to get hurt, and we just want to make sure that it saves the city money, but ultimately, you know, everybody's got a good, safe work environment, and that's part of the safety committee's goal, is to help facilitate that. As an advisory group only, we don't do enforcement. We're not watchdogs out there. We're simply just helping make some policy to make things safer and maybe a little more interesting.
The North Liberty Family Resource Centers meet every week, and that helps us keep in contact with each other. That helps us know exactly what's going on, any new resources. That helps us talk to each other and problem solve about, you know, situations or things that might be difficult. But we are in contact almost on a daily basis at things that are going on or questions for each other and things like that. So we work together in this community, and between the three of us, we know a lot of families and a lot of people. And I think as North Liberty got bigger and there are more schools, I think there are just more people. And when you've got the more people, you know, your free and reduced numbers may go up, and then the need is higher. Another piece of our job is just meeting new families in the area and making sure they're connected to anything they're connected to, whether it's just, I'm new to the area and I have no child care, you know, then we will show them resources and, you know, places in town, you know, that may have what they're looking for. So we do a lot of things with all socioeconomic levels. There's no discrimination there for us, and so anyone with a question is more than happy to contact us with any question they may have. You know, here's one of the projects that we're involved with right now. It's free tax help for any individual in the Johnson County who makes under $50,000, and this is a program through the university that we partnership up with. The school district does, and it's held at Garner this year, and Jill will be there working it.
Yes, from 6 to 9 on Mondays, March 5th, 19th, and the 26th. But it's also located at the Iowa City Public Library, Southeast Junior High, and Northwest Junior High. Our longest running program is our tutoring program, and it's called the Corridor Educational Fun Hour. It's held on Tuesday evenings, and there's 2 different time slots, 4:30 to 5:45 and 6 to 7:15. What we do is we match volunteers from the community with kiddos here at Penn, Van Allen, and Garner, and they meet for 2 8-week sessions. And the last week of each session, we play bingo, and we have a big pizza party and celebrate their accomplishments, but also thanking the volunteers that donate their time for these kids. It's a lot of fun, and I think that the kids, it's more than just that doing academics, it's that mentoring, it's that relationship that they build with adults that can last a lifetime too. So,
although it's some extended learning going on, it's a fun kind of learning, and they enjoy it. One of the biggest projects that the Family Resource Centers in North Liberty are working on right now is our 4th annual Parent University. And it's a night where parents can come out and do some learning.
We have free childcare and a light snack, and we bring in experts based on the topics that people are interested in. And I think we have one on math and one on parenting. So there's no registration needed, and all are welcome.
And it is held from 6 to 7:30 on Thursday, March 29th over at Van Allen. It's something we do every year. This is our fourth one. And we go to each one of the schools, takes a turn hosting it. And we're just hoping for people to come in because it's a chance for the parents to learn. And we've got the kids taken care of. And we've got some local door prizes from around to help us out. And we put a lot of work into this to get some speakers to, talk about some topics that are of real interest. And the big topic on here is also the math curriculum in the elementary schools and how it works and how you can make it work at home and some things you can do with that. But this is a project we do every year, and we'd sure like for some people to come out and see what it's all about. Another program the Family Resource Centers in North Liberty have is what we call the Family to Family program. And that's a program where we have people in the community who will call up and say, I have something I'm done with. Do you have a family in need? And we have an associate, Shelley, who helps us run that program and does a wonderful job at keeping track of who needs what and who wants what, and sends out an email once or twice a month that goes to a couple hundred people, to different churches even, and different people in the community who then have things and call and want to donate. And that is a great way to help those in need.
Locally.
Yes, and to have others who, I don't need these pots and pans anymore. I got some for Christmas. What can I do with these? And we have families who will come to this community with literally nothing but what's in their car and love pots and pans and are willing, to come and get those or have them drop off, and we try to connect the family with the family giving, with the family that's in need, and then we kind of stay out of it. But that is a program that's been going on for a few years, and we've swapped everything from, silverware to beds and dressers and things like that.
Yep.
And that's a program that takes a little bit of work, but sure does benefit people. Yep. And you would just call and say, I have a dresser, and is there someone on the family to family list that's asking for a dresser? And I can tell you right now there are 5 people on the list wanting a dresser.
Yeah, that's a hot commodity.
Yeah.
Yes.
Microwaves are big, silverware is big, dishes are big, towels are big, things like that you don't think of. Another thing, we've just had a church who is in the process of helping do a drive, and the things too from the Linda Severson drive that we got are a lot of hygiene items that we need, that families are in need of and are sometimes hard to get a hold of and expensive. And so those are things too that people will call and donate,
Because those are things that you can't buy with food assistance. So that's a wonderful donation that families can really use.
Anyone that has questions on anything we've talked about or wondering about any community resources or any resources in Johnson County, which is something we do a lot of, referring out into Johnson County with numerous things, they can call the Resource Center at their school at Garner, Van Allen, or Penn. You can call the secretary and she can pipe you right into us. We all have our direct lines and voicemails, and that information can be found on the City of North Liberty's website. There's a link to us, and anyone can get us through there as well.